The art of letting go. Look at where I am. I want to see what's going on. I'm in paradise. I want it to be done. I'm living the dream. I should be like on cloud 9. But I think renovations anywhere are hard. Ciao ragazzi, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Anise, and I'm an American living between London and Italy. I know some of you might have a bone to pick with me today because it seemed like I disappeared for a little bit. But listen, even when I take a little break, I am never too far. I have been in Puglia this time around for the better part of 2 months, and not unlike any other time on this channel, I have to keep it so real. It's been a little challenging. So in today's video, we're gonna dive into a little bit on where I've been, what I've been busy with, and we're gonna kind of divvy it up into, let's call it the good and the not so good, okay? Because we have to NLP manifest the things that we want, speak into affirmative existence, what we want more of. Ooh, it's windy today. I hope you guys can hear me. Oh my God, dust storm. Ooh. I'll also just take this moment to say thank you so much to many of you who sent me your condolences and kind words. I know some of you guys saw my community post about 2 or 3 weeks ago that my friend and property finder here in Puglia, Anna, very suddenly and surprisingly passed away. It's been very sad for the community. She was only 65 years old, and Anna is a very big and important part of my story. She's a large part of the whole reason why I have a home here in Italy. And if I can continue her legacy and her memory in just the smallest way on this channel, it is my greatest honor to do so. I did not expect to get into the emotions of this in this moment, but just to say a few more brief words about Anna, in addition to what I've already posted in my community post. I think Anna was very much a very standout woman. I think sometimes in southern Mediterranean or south of Italy, there is some truth to what a traditional woman, what a traditional person is like in a southern Mediterranean region like Puglia. But I feel like Anna was a woman kind of cut from the same cloth as me. She definitely was a trailblazer. She was a phenomenal woman in her heart and who she was as a person. In business, every action that she took with her full heart. And she was a wonderful wife and a phenomenal mother to 3 children who I'm lucky to also call my friends now today. So many thanks to you who have sent me sweet messages and condolences. I hope that with the light that I continue to shed on Puglia, I continue to honor Anna and can make her proud in what I show the world of her beautiful homeland and how her legacy can continue to live on through me and through us on this channel. So many thanks to all of you who are taking part in that. Okay, let's get a little bit more composed again now. Bring you guys up to date. I'd say that losing someone alone is usually enough to create a challenging time. But I think, you know, let me frame it like this. I've been bouncing around between Airbnbs, wonderful Airbnbs, mind you, here in Puglia, because currently our house is not in a state that we can stay in it. There is so much to download with you guys on what has happened with my house and with the roof since I last gave you an update, and I kind of want to very neatly compile it in like one video. Your girl is also trying to, like, especially on this channel, stay focused on the things that are moving the journey forward. So I'll give you little like snippets here and there. The biggest reason why we have to stay in multiple Airbnbs this summer is because, one, I didn't foresee until the springtime that I wouldn't be able to stay in my house this summer. So by the time that I was like, okay, I need to find somewhere else to live while I'm in Puglia, almost everything was booked up, right? So I would have loved to have gotten an Airbnb for like 2 months in Puglia this summer, but I booked them quite late. So I had to do like a week here or like 3 weeks here and so on and so forth. Moving around, packing up suitcases, opening them, so on and so forth. It comes with its challenges. And for those of you who follow the channel, I think it goes without explaining why I haven't been able to stay in my house. the mold infestation for one. Your girl is allergic to that, and black mold is very unhealthy. Once the first allergic reaction happened, I said, yeah, no, I can't be going into this house until things get fixed. Also, not shortly into the beginning of my 2-month stint here, my beloved little Lily, she's 16 years old. She turned 16 this July 1st. Thankfully, she is doing much better now, but for the first few weeks of this summer, she was getting hit left and right with everything. We're talking kidney failure, her hind leg stopped working, you know, really seemingly like, ooh, this is the end. But it's not the end. She bounced back. Her kidney values are showing as normal. She's eating again. She's gained weight back. Her legs are starting to work again as well. So I don't really know what happened, but I'm not going to question it. I'm going to be very happy about the rehabilitation that we did for her, the praying that we did for her. I was bringing her almost daily to Alto Salento Vet in Francavilla, which is a very well-known veterinary practice here in the Salento region. And I'm very happy to say that she has been making a very good recovery. She's still with us, still kicking, and still having a great time, showing us how it's done in Puglia. But alas, it has not been all doom and gloom here, not at all. A couple things to mention. Has the mold been cleaned out of my house? Yes. Has the work, the repair of the faulty renovation at my house started? Yes. Not without a lot of tooth pulling, but it has started. So we are making progress. Another really wonderful thing that has happened is I met one of you guys. What's up, Mike? Hey, Angela. I was out with some friends the other evening in Oria. Y'all can catch me in Oria quite a lot. I love to visit Oria. I think it's a beautiful town. And the most wonderful gentleman came up to me and asked, are you Anise? And I said, yes. And honestly, I thought that you were the owner of the restaurant or something. Because I was like, well, you know, how's this person know my name? Because I put it down for a reservation or something. And then Mike said, I watch your channel. I can't even explain to you how lovely that was. It was such a joy to meet one of you guys. Let me not get emotional again. Like I said, it hasn't been the easiest of summers, but I actually really love doing my channel. It's been a bit of a pity that I've had to take some time away from it, but to meet you in the flesh, if you guys see me out and about in Puglia, please do not hesitate to say hello. I love connecting with you on the channel, and I also love connecting with those of you that are here and also have a life here in Puglia, or those of you who soon want to have a life here in Puglia. Maybe you're here on vacation, maybe you see me trotting around with my little dog in Bay. Say hello. We would love to connect with you. So thanks so much for saying hello. You guys really made my evening, and I hope to have more interactions like that in the future. Be nice though. If you ain't got nothing nice to say to me, if you don't like me, don't say hello. I don't need that energy. But if you like the channel, come say hello and come say hi. The reality is that like when the renovation starts to feel like it's weighing on you, it almost feels like this wild oxymoron or contradiction, because look at where I am. I'm in paradise. I'm living the dream. I should be like on cloud 9. But I think renovations anywhere are hard. Unless you got like the bajillions of Benjamins to just splash out and you can be totally uninvolved, then that's wonderful for you, but like that's not my story. But I've titled this video, The Art of Letting Go. Why? Because it is a lesson I really have had to been bringing back to myself every day in this renovation journey. Remember what I said in the last video I posted about adapting to the way that they do things down here? Easier said than done. But that video is also a reminder to myself of like what I need to work on. What are some tools that I'm using to learn to adapt to the way of doing things here? I am so fortunate to have an engineer who's overseeing our project now, who's also serving as the property manager, and actually he's like pretty great. I find that when things are feeling heavy or fraught, it's because I'm communicating too much directly with the workers. You know, like the contractors that are on site doing the work. I go and visit my house. right? I want to see what's going on because I want to make sure that things are being done that way that I want it to be done. But there's another side to that, right? There's a little bit of like, okay, we need to relinquish control a little bit, Anise, because then you get into these conversations in a foreign language that you are not really fluent in. You speak little, but you don't speak fluently with these workers, and things can just get so fraught. The workers never disrespect me or anything, but I'm just like, I don't like this, or I don't want it done this way, and then they're just like, but this is the way that we do it. Yeah, and then you kind of feel like you are at an impasse, right? So what I have had to remind myself of on a regular basis is I just need to relay my comments and my thoughts to my project manager, to the engineer, and let him deal with the conversation with the contractors. And he does. But as a type A person who also loves control, it's a little bit difficult for me to relinquish control a bit. So when it gets hard to relinquish control because, oh, hey, babe, yeah, we have some friends. We have some furry friends here at this Airbnb, in addition to my little Lily. My Lily is 16, she's a little bit antisocial, so she doesn't really want to be around other dogs, but like, these other dogs are so interested in Lily, like, honestly, they kind of stalk outside of our door just to see her. And so, yeah, they're super cute. It's nice to kind of have them around and have some life around us. But when it starts to get too hard for me to relinquish control, I find that I kind of just need to remove myself from the environment of my house. And by that, I mean, I need to take a little break and go to a different part of Puglia and kind of remind myself of why Bay and I fell in love with Puglia in the first place. So that is exactly what we did. We took our little tushies over to just outside Ostuni, and we went and we stayed in a fabulous, beautiful masseria. What was that masseria called again? Let me look it up. I don't even remember. I'm gonna be honest, we booked it very, very late. Masseria Santo Scalone. It was wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit of a masseria snob. Yeah, I kind of feel like once you've seen one masseria, you kind of seen them all. And there are a lot of masserias that just don't really live up to, I feel like, the experience of a masseria. I'm going to blame Masseria Potenti for making me like this because Masseria Potenti was the very first masseria I've stayed at. And that was during my first trip to Puglia, and we stayed at Masseria Potenti for a week. And Masseria Potenti is like a magical, whimsical wonderland. Yeah, it is the brainchild of Pugliese matriarch Maria Grazia, and she and her family, her husband, her children, her daughter-in-law, they run this masseria, and it is absolutely stunning. So because that was my very first experience of a masseria, every other masseria I went to after that, it was tough for it to live up to that. Granted, Masseria Potenti is one kind of masseria, yeah? It's a whitewashed masseria. There are many of those in Puglia. And because that is my favorite whitewashed masseria, I like to try masserias of different vibes. So by the time that I went to go book this little 2-day getaway for Bay, Lily, and I, like a lot of masserias were already booked up. A lot of masserias I went to stay at were already booked up. But I was lucky enough to find 2 nights at Masseria Santo Scalone, and one of the best decisions I ever made. God, sometimes you just need a break. And that is exactly what I got, and I don't regret it. Masseria Santo Scalone, the original farmhouse dates back to the 13th or 14th century, and it was just vibes. I think it started operating as a masseria within the last 5 years, so you can definitely feel that how it's running as a hotel and how it's been refurbished is definitely on the newer side, but sometimes you just need to get away for a little bit. It doesn't have to be a whole long, big thing. It could just be 2 nights somewhere. That was massively restorative for me. It kind of did feel like a little bit of a kick in the face to come back to my house in Puglia and get back in the swing of things of the construction. And I was supposed to continue being here for a little while longer, but Bay and I have just decided that maybe I'm like a little bit too close to the project right now. I've been here for 2 months, right? Consistently talking to engineers and workers for like 2 months. I don't want to sound hypocritical or contradictory to the advice that I've given before about how important it is to be here when you are doing a renovation project. But I think that there comes a point where if maybe your well-being is getting a little bit fraught or is a little bit at risk because of how close you are to the project, it's also okay to kind of extricate yourself for a little bit and spend some time away. So I'm cutting my stay here a bit short, and we are gonna head back to London like in 2 days. I don't know yet when I'm going to return to Puglia, but I do think that the renovation of my roof is in a good place where I do get continuous daily updates and information from the engineer about what's going on. And I think that the time back in London is just going to allow myself to restabilize a bit. One of the hardest parts about being here this summer is that I moved to like 5 different Airbnbs. And while I cannot wait for my life here in Puglia to be a fully grounded and stable life, it's not there yet, right? So what I do have back in London is stability. We have a home, it's not being renovated, it's a lovely home. We haven't necessarily taken off like big chunks of time off from work. My work is on the creative side, so it's very like, you know, sometimes there are opportunities, sometimes there isn't, so there's a lot of flow. Bay runs his own firm and he has offices in different countries, so he has the flexibility to work from different places, but he still runs a company and he still has many people who he is responsible for, many salaries he's responsible for, and to be working out of some of these small little studios that we've been staying in these Airbnbs over the past 2 months, it's just been super challenging for him. So he gonna go back to London too, so he can be back in his office and just have a little bit more stability. Anyways, I have ranted for long enough at this point. Yeah, another reason why I fell out of, she continues after she said she's spoken for long enough. Another reason why I fell out of my rhythm is because I filmed a video that is a different type of video that I want to share with you guys, and it has been giving me such trouble editing it. I'm going to have it be the next video that I release after this. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek at what it's going to be at the end of this video, but I have ranted for long enough. Thank you guys again for all of the support. My typical rhythm of posting is every 2 weeks, Friday. I am working quite hard to get back into that rhythm now. So don't be afraid to hold me accountable. Hopefully you can also give me some grace for this season that I have been in. You guys are also one of the best parts of this whole Puglia journey. So thanks again. Don't hesitate to say hello if you see me prancing around. And until next time, ci vediamo. Ciao. The way that I'm gonna set the parameters today is we're gonna set a budget, we're going to set a room cap, we are going to focus on specific areas in Puglia, and because I am doing it, of course, it's going to be a bit according to my taste. I'm gonna set a budget today of